This is CNN.
We've been talking tonight about the president's celebration of this holiday weekend as a turning point toward in his push to what he calls a transition to greatness, meaning a resurgence of the economy. Looking at the numbers, though, in states such as Alabama, experts worry about a transition to something worse. That red line is the moving average of new cases in the state. It's moving there in the wrong direction. In a moment, we'll be joined by the mayor of Montgomery, Alabama. First, our been reporting from Gulf Shores.
Coronavirus cases in Alabama are going the wrong way. They are trending up, but the state is now wide open for business. Social distancing is the state's rule, but their effort has often been an exercise in futility at restaurants and bars in the beach towns of Alabama this Memorial Day weekend, as people come back to party. At this restaurant and bar in Gulf Shores, Alabama, many wondered why it took this long to open.
I'm just here just to have fun and meet everybody and be cool, you know.
Across the street, the beach is jammed. Groups are supposed to be 6 feet away from each other. Police work to enforce that. Groups are also ordered to only consist of people who live in the same household. There is no active effort to enforce that. Baby Carr is 21. She just graduated from college.
I mean, everybody's got to go somehow. You know what I mean?
You die?
Yeah, but in a way, like, I mean, I don't want to die, but I mean, if that's what God has in my life, then that's okay.
My family has the same mindset as me, and we kind of just agreed that if we get it, we get it. We're going to handle it as a family and just get over it, because that's what family does.
When it comes to coronavirus, they're very concerned about the immediate future here in Alabama. On this beach side, their eyes and ears are something else different. Well, not just like it's far more contagious.
Well, I know, but people
far
die
more
from
deadly.
the flu also.
They do die from the
So,
flu.
for me, that's just the way I look at it.
Do you have any concerns about being at the beach with so many people with your children?
Thank you for your cooperation.
How come you're not worried at all that someone could be sick and walk by you and get you sick?
Because there's enough wind and air that it's going to clear it all out of here.
The wind and the air don't clear it away.
Well,
There's no proof of anything like that. There's wind and air everywhere in this world.
right. Yeah. No, I'm not worried about it at all.
And then there is the issue of masks. We saw a grand total of 0 being worn on the beach.
Do you ever wear a mask?
No, my wife and kids do. I don't.
How come you don't?
I just feel comfortable that I'm going to be okay.
But the mask isn't to keep you okay, it's to keep your wife and kids okay. Protect them.
I get it. The survival rate is so high. I think
You're not worried about them getting sick because they're going to live.
we're all going to get sick for something eventually.
President Trump is part of this conversation.
I mean, if he's not wearing a mask, I'm not going to wear a mask. If he's not worried, I'm not worried.
The president.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of masks, Alabama has mandated them for restaurant and bar workers. Some restaurants have them, but at others where we arrived unannounced and shot cell phone video, employees were not wearing masks. The manager here calling us after our visit, he has now given masks to his employees with instructions to wear them. At this other restaurant bar, where we also saw no employees wearing masks, the manager told us they will continue not wearing them because she wants it that way, despite it violating the state order.
Your move, creep.
Traffic very heavy in Alabama's beach towns. All nearby hotels sold out as the holiday weekend began. Alabama is back in business, COVID surge or not.
When it's my time to go, it's just my time to go, I guess.
Gary joins us now. So who enforces violations of the state reopening order?
A rape crisis center.
Well, Anderson, the police departments throughout the state of Alabama have that right to make those kind of arrests. I talked just a short time ago to the police department here in Gulf Shores. They say they've made no arrests over this Memorial Day weekend. I talked to one police officer on the beat. He said they've issued several warnings. Now, at this time, it's not the most pleasant thing to make these kind of arrests, but you don't have to be a sleuth to find these restaurants around here with waiters and bartenders with no masks. They're all over the place. As a matter of fact, I got my lunch at a place just like that. As a matter of fact, I got my lunch at a place just like that. I got my lunch at a place just like that earlier today. Anderson.
All right, Gary, thank you. Stay safe. Stephen Reed is the mayor of Montgomery, Alabama. He joins us now. Mayor Reed, thanks so much for being with us. You've said that Alabama is easing restrictions has given people a false sense of security. I guess when you see the beaches of Alabama crowded with people, no social distancing, not wearing masks, are you concerned?
Absolutely. It gives me pause to think about what we may see the next week or two when people get back to their communities from vacationing down the Gulf Coast. It's problematic that people believe this pandemic.
We are the Borg. Lower your shields and surrender your ships. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
To their friends, their family, and certainly our first responders and medical personnel who are also participating in this.
It's difficult for, any public official, obviously you want your community to economically be thriving and you want the people of your community to be safe and healthy. There are an awful lot of people who are just, tired of beaches, lockdowns or being at home and, see the president not wearing a mask and just think, whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Hey! You got it! No, don't shoot! You might hit Kay.
What do you say to that?
Well, what we're trying to do in Montgomery is to make sure people understand we have not won this battle yet. We want people to stay at home. We want them to wear a mask when out in public. We've been strongly encouraging that for now a couple of months. And we're also asking them to adhere to the CDC guidelines on social distancing. But we also understand that people are seeing stories of recovery. We're working with our small business community. To make sure they get back up and going. We have a fund together, Recover Together fund here in this community to help our small business owners. But we don't want to do that at the expense of the health of the community. We have to continue taking these precautions, and we're trying to over-communicate not only with business leaders, but our faith leaders, as well as our hospital administrators who have told me that this is a crisis. This is something they have not seen in decades in this region, and they are very concerned not only for the community, but also the staff. So, they have an emotionally and physically spent staff right now.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows, only time.
And that has a domino effect, not only here in Montgomery, but throughout this region. And we just have to continue to sound the alarm where that's concerned.
Do you, in Montgomery, do you have power to, enforce? Who's in charge of enforcing the mandates from the governor? Is it city by city? Is it up to the local officials?
By and large, it's city by city, county by county, except for maybe 2 counties out of 67 in the state. We have to adhere. When the governor lifted the shelter-in-place order, that really made a big impact. I think that gave people a false sense of security of where we stood in this battle against the pandemic. So we're continuing to try to explain to people where we are right now. And what we're doing is we're trying to partner with our community leaders. We're trying to partner with people, social media influencers, to let everyone know where we stand, and we still have a little bit ways to go to beat this virus. We're just not there yet, and we have to get people to understand that, or we're going to have a second wave that's going to cost us much more than it already has.
Yeah, I know you've been very vocal about the lack of ICU beds, intensive care unit beds in Montgomery. I know at one point you were down to one ICU bed left. Where do you stand with that now? How are your hospitals?
We've seen marginal improvement. We have probably 7% of ICU beds. The hospitals believe that this is manageable, but it's not sustainable. This is manageable, but it's not sustainable. This is manageable, but it's not sustainable.